Alright, I'm doing much better now, so let's go. Let's dive right into it. Various types of capsules, different kind of living thing to the golf course. Interesting. Okay. It's definitely friendship. Friendship today. Ah, we got a nice little aesthetic change here. Ooh, and we got red gloves. Red is for power.
Wow, a new record.
Okay, good, good. And then elevated and headwind means I'm definitely clubbing up.
Nice shot. Wow. On the green. Hit it in.
Also, a slight change to the music with the seasons, too. Okay, decent amount of side slope. We got Bertha as caddy again, which is splendid. So, a lot of this depends on how hard I hit, too, so... As you've just observed, overhit a little, so that's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how that works. If it's like, if it's like a MIDI file and then like there's, or whatever type of like, instrument file per se that the game encodes or interprets and then recreates the music from there, and maybe there's just slightly different instruments or subtle changes like that for the seasons. I'm not sure how that works, but nonetheless, you know, it's a good touch. Okay, one of these par threes, pretty tight flag, slightly downhill. Let me test the grass. Not much crosswind, not much crosswind. Okay.
On the green. Hit it in.
Yeah, secondhand shots, yeah, you can almost always find a copy of either Hot Shots 3 or 4 in secondhand shops, but 1 and 2 are a lot more rare, it seems like. I don't know why. Maybe because PlayStation 2 games are just in general more common and there's more in stock than PlayStation 1 games. I don't know. Oh, right. Quite a bit of side brake. Okay, X to do things. Ah! Under-tapped that time. Unfort. Okay, alright. Get some birds! Part of it, too, would be better distance control so that my putts aren't as difficult in the first place. What did he say? Don't kill it? I don't know. Pfft. All of you hecklers out there. Just because I'm a pretty lady out on the links, shame on you. Please carry enough. I made sure it would. Man, imagine if I actually got full power from that. Get in. Delicious. That putter is definitely a weapon in the right hands. Alright, big par 4. That is definitely not a good place to be. As tempting as it seems. Barely stayed on the fairway. There's definitely a leftward bias there. Let's see. I'm doing backspin here at the last second. Because a 5-iron can still roll a decent bit if unchecked.
Very nice. Incredible. Hit it in. Calm down. Calm down. Careful.
Don't want to mess up. I know. Classic throw-up range. Achi. Oh, rain now. On the par 5, of course, so I do gotta be a little careful. Let's see. Not much crosswind. Hopefully this rain does not kill my loft. Okay, it doesn't. Good. Because on some golf games, like certain Mario Golf games, rain will destroy your loft. Alright, Megalodon play, it actually is going to be either 3 or 4 wood power, so that I have sufficient loft to get over this structure and still keep rolling. Because this ball will roll. Wow, that went in a totally different direction than I expected. Probably because I didn't hit sweet spots, so that's unfortunate. Okay, I don't conceivably see 15-yard range getting there, so we'll go up to 30. I'm gonna try the super back thing. I'm gonna try that. I think it worked. I just overhit it because I had to be conservative with the RNG distance range. It went further than I anticipated. A lot of break here, it looks like. And I do have to account for some rain, so... Ah! That stings. That was a little bit overhead. Alright, disappointing par, but... Okay. Wow, more rain. So, maybe that's just a thing with the fall season, that rain is more common. And that maybe the distributions of weather across the seasons differs depending on the locale/climate of the course, which, from my understanding, was also a feature in the second game. So... yeah, I think definitely the seasons is one thing that this series has over Mario Golf as far as like depth and mechanics goes, is the seasons.
Wow, a new record.
But that said, you know, with the recent DLC that Super Rush has gotten, there are now some fall and winter themed courses to play on. So, and those are pretty cool. All right, slight power reduction, slight elevation thingies. I'm gonna go like 90-ish. That's a little bit firmer than I would like. I'm just gonna see what happens. Yeah, that's definitely a lot firmer than I would have liked. Christ almighty, okay.
Nice approach.
Okay.
Calm down. Oh, nice
Yikes.
Yay!
Some of those characters in the audience there look familiar. Howdy, Rhino. This is the third game I'm playing now, and I am in the first fall tournament. I replayed the spring one because I was just getting used to this game and didn't know how certain mechanical changes worked, and I was doing horrible. So yeah, went back to that and just totally slayed the spring season. So now I'm on fall. Let's see. Got to do the old grasp mechanic because it's third game in and it still doesn't tell you the wind velocity until after your tee shot. So you always got to check that. Are those duck sounds? Those are ducks today. Alright. I'm not confident about 15, just in case mathematics happens. So I'm going to do something like that, and I think that's a little firm, so that's why I'm intentionally butchering sweet spot.
Nice approach.
Quack, quack. Bunches of pars recently. But still at this stage of the game, yep, I'm still on top, but Aki's doing good. Okay, alright. Good luck. Problem is, I'm not hitting as many sweet spots, which with these power clubs
Wow, a new record.
might be greater ramifications. Oof, what a word. Ramifications. I'm gonna play this into the wind a bit. Those dragonflies, that's pretty cool.
On the green. Hit it in.
Negligible slope, but in a game like this, that's still enough to need to account for, so. Easy pod, easy life, okay. Yeah. Last, yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot. There was a lot of games that came out, so I've been playing my time with those, and I've been playing a lot of WarioWare Get It Together. It is fantastic. It is that sort of that absurdist delight that the series is known and loved for. And I mean, half the fun is replaying the games and the micro games and getting and buying up more presents to give to each of the characters and seeing how they react, you know, to each of them. Like, you know, like every week with the Wario Cup, if you do well enough, then you get like a super awesome 5-star one. And for whatever reason, the last few times it's been like that Trigonic model robot. And as you would expect, like all of like the geeky little kid characters, like 9-volt and 18-volt, they love the hell out of it. And even Dr. Krygor received it favorably, as you would expect. But some of the reactions are like, what? And also apparently in Get It Together, Ashley is a foodie, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I mean, yeah, it's enamoring, of course, but in WarioWare Gold, it was Kat and Anna that were all like, you know, that love to eat. So, alright, make good use of power shots. Try to get the yogurt here.
Wow, a new record.
Delicious, okay. Ah, yeah, Touched. Touched that was my first encounter with the series, and absolutely loved it. Now, while I could try to do 3-wood power, if I don't carry the requisite 216 yards here, I'm kind of screwed, so I'm okay with overhitting and trying to putt back. Even though missing that sweet spot was, of course, bad, so that blows. Yeah, yeah, you always gotta love those final batch of micro games, those like super absurdist anything goes games. Everybody. Alright, gotta save par after butchering Sweet Spot, unfortunately, on the Yuger attempt, so judging by how fast those are going, yikes, okay. We're gonna try something like this. Ah! Oh, over-aimed or overhead, one of the two.
Calm down.
Well, that hurts. That smarts.
Play. Gotta work harder.
Still winning, but disappointing.
Good luck. Go to it. Good luck.
Okay, alright. Gotta do some, Sean reconnaissance. You know what? Yeah, why not?
Nice shot.
Well, the only problem is I would have to buy the actual consoles, for the other games. But judging by what I know and what I've been told about how just monstrous the campaigns are in 3 and 4, yeah. And it would be many months, probably. Especially considering that I finally only do a broadcast now, and what has it been, 6 weeks since my last one? More than that, shit. 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah, life has been nutty. And now we got the holidays happening, so... Maybe I'll take some extra vacation days over the big break.
Hit it in.
And then that'll give me some additional fun time opportunities.
Birdie.
Cause I don't use many vacation days.
Go to it.
Alright, big par 5 again. Let's see. What can I do? Oh, this is the one that does this. Okay, so where we at? 240, stuff and stuff. Headwind. Okay, this bunker is the only conceivable problem here. Okay. Big delicious.
Nice shot.
Now my only concern is that this is going to be too far left. But I think the fairway will take care of that, some of that to that at some extent. Okay, good. And now there is a minor probability that I could threaten this. Although this minuscule impact zone has me mildly concerned. Oh shit, that didn't work, did it? Yeah. I should, yeah. I need to, yeah. I think what's happening is that ever since Twitch did that thing where they reset everyone's passwords, that broke my Lyran board. Yeah, it didn't show up, but I'll give it to you here. So, yeah, that's, yeah. The point things aren't gonna work tonight, unfortunately. I'll have to work into why that's broken. So, and then I'll go back in the queue and give you the points back. But how delightful. Okay, I think that's what I had it called. So here's this anyway.
How delightful.
Just to give you your jollies. See, it works when I activate it from the dock from OBS, but there's something in between that and Twitch itself. It's not able to connect to Twitch, and for that same reason also, my bot is not active tonight. So I can only imagine this shot is probably going to be kind of sort of horrible because I missed sweet spot. It's not Twitch's fault, to be fair. I only remembered once I already went live that there was that thing where there was like the whole harassment shit, and Twitch reset everybody's passwords and yada yada. So I think that broke a lot of my stuff. This is definitely overhead. Alright, breaks a lot. We're gonna do this.
Nice par.
Good one. Good one, yes. That will also not work.
Good luck. Go to it.
How many do I have? 4, okay. So I want to save those for whatever par 5s, whatever remaining par 5s. Okay, alright, I did the carry, that's good. And then elevated green, stuff and stuff. Okay, so we got this. Yeah, ever since the second game, putts have just gotten, like, ridiculously sensitive.
On the green.
So, you have to aim a heck lot. Even for balls that only move this fast, I gotta almost aim at Bertha's foot. But a lot of it depends on how hard you're hitting, too, because stuff and reasons. So, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do something like this. And this will probably still be inside. Actually, no, it was short. I also forget this is the game where you have to overhit things, too, so...
Nice par.
Okay. I don't know, maybe Brittany's just not... Either Brittany's not for me, or maybe equipping the big air clubs, which basically kills my impact zone, and so I've had, on the par 5s, I've had water hazards both times. And so that's really killed my score, too. Because I didn't hit perfect sweet spot when I needed to. Alright, so do our little throw grass button. And you can also tell from, like, little details like leaves flowing through the wind, you know, all, like you can see in the ground there, and I thought this was... Oh, this is Tiffany. I thought it was Brit... Oh, hi there, Dragonfly. Okay, so there's not much crosswind here. Slightly elevated green, stuff and stuff. I also gotta find, I also gotta try to find more applications for the, super spin mechanics that... Oh, okay. That was good, okay. No super spin just yet. That's good enough as is for right now. Just gotta get good distance control again. Okay. Alright, good birdie. Preston is a cyber dog. Cyborg what? A robot! We created him for good, but he's turned out evil. Dun dun! Don't y'all love Wallace and Gromit? Anyways, yeah, for what this course has, this is Sakura Country Club, and this hole has this giant Buddha statue thingy, and yes, we have just gazed into the deep secret of Buddha's crotch, and as you can see, it is hollow. Anyhow. The good old Deep Secret series. The Deep Secret lore. Last time it was Bowser. And it all started with Princess Peach's skull. That's right. Good times. Okay. 10 yards up. Oh, so yeah, this is definitely elevated. Okay, so I'm just gonna cut a little bit of power here, and I wanted sweet spot, so I'm hoping this carries. 50, 60. Dunker sticks. Okay. Got some disgusting rough. Okay, so the super spin mechanic, because otherwise this rolls a monkey bunch. You're not going to believe this, but you know how you normally hold down to do backspin? Here it's, you hold up through the first half of the shot, and then you hold down through the second half, and somehow the game recognizes this as some kind of super spin shot, so... I don't know. It's weird. It's almost like akin to like the way that you spin shots in Tiger Woods. Except, I don't know. Anyways. So, if I do something like this... Hey, Lamau!
My.
That worked out nicely. Okay, because otherwise these approaches roll quite a bit out of hazards. Because I still am on, like, you know, the beginner characters and things and sorts. Okay, alright.
Go to it. Good luck.
Yeah, it definitely was the most, like, intuitive. And, you know, the funny thing is the game itself never teaches you about the super spins, but it was one of those things that it was still easy enough to do accidentally, or if you went ahead and you played Advanced Tour, then there is an NPC that alludes to super spins, and I think when you face Kid and Genius, they use super spins. I think they do.
Wow, a new record.
Wait, okay. Alright, this is going down now, but
Very nice. Hit it in.
ah, okay. Alright. I thought I saw someone in chat say that before.
Nice birdie.
So yeah, definitely a skillful mechanic of sorts. Alright. Obligatory wind test. Slight headwind. I'm scared I won't carry enough because for whatever reason in this game, going this far downhill does not, doesn't stuff and stuff, so... Okay, how much can I carry? Probably about, I can get away with about 150, so maybe this can work after all. I want it full power. Yeah, this is not going to carry enough.
On the green.
Damn, Bertha, you got some moves.
Hit it in. Get a hole.
Okay, so that was a happy accident that the ball still had residual roll to get up here. Alright, a little bit of stuff. A little bit of aggro. Get in, please. It's so fickle! So fickle.
Nice par.
Tough game, okay.
Here comes the wind.
Alright, this isn't a hole to potentially go big, but I could definitely use better timing. Alright. Oh boy. There we go. Keep rolling, rolling, rolling. Why does the wind do like frickin' nothing? Why did that crosswind do nothing? I am disappointed. Okay, alright, well, 15's not gonna work, so... However, I could try some delicious bump and run shenanigans.
On the green. Hit it in.
Then again, what's confusing is that, similar to Mario Golf N64, when the wind says whatever M, that's miles per hour, not meters per second. So perhaps I'm reading too much into the wind stat, which from what I'm told ranges from 0 to 9, so, or from 0 to 9, yeah. Oh yeah, and then of course this is the do or die hole that only strong characters can attempt, so sadness. But I do still have one power shot to spare, which the question is, can I carry this bunker? Maybe with only a double perfect shot. And that's not a double perfect shot, so this might or might not go in the bunker. Elama, okay, that just had so much topspin that bunker was just totally, was totally not a thing, so, okay. Okay, and that wasn't even a super top either because I missed the impact, I missed the sweet spot so badly. Alright. This is gonna break. Yep, that breaks like a mofo. Okay, so I gotta aim at least the edge of this square here. Otherwise, that's just not gonna go. Not quite firm enough. Okay. Okay. Not a horrible round. Not my best, but not nearly as bad as my first round. Okay. Okay, so that's the fall round. Yeah, this is still like early game, so cutoffs are stuff and are easy. And we've won the friendship.
You won!
Good stuff today. Ah, yeah, and then we got the polyester pants man. He's a new unlockable caddy. Excellent. That's why I played this tournament. Even though I could do the next season, but I'm not doing the new season yet because there's unlockables for every tournament you win. Perfect impact, 1 out of 3. Well, that blows. Apparently, getting over 50% perfect impact in this game is good stuff, so I'm gonna try for that. Okay. And then we get this nearly impossible, supposedly nearly impossible game that I, by some random sheer luck, managed to win the first time.